This program provides education, not advice. Sponsors pay a fee for endorsements and interviews. See the truthayf.com disclosure page for details.
This is where technology, innovation, and personal finance come together.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman. Brought to you by Global X ETFs, dedicated to providing investors with unexplored intelligent solutions. And by Presidio, offering a digital vault where you can collect, protect, and share all your important people, places, things, and documents with all the key people in your life. Start for free at Presidio.com.
It's Tuesday, August 29th. I want to throw some names out at you. Do you know any of these people? Steve Swenson, Shawn Good, Chris Carpenter, and Dave Ramsey. All of them involved in scams. Steve Swenson was a financial advisor. He killed himself because he was running a Ponzi scheme for 2 decades and was about to be found out. Marks and Barbara Fox lost $850,000 in his scam. They filed a lawsuit against Wealth Navigation Advisors, which does business under the name Oak Lane Advisors. That's the firm where Steve Swenson worked. The couple claimed that the firm failed to prevent or detect the fraud. Not only did they lose $850,000, a total of 50 investors lost $29 million. One moral of the story is you might want to make sure you're working with a very big firm that has lots of assets and lots of E&O insurance, errors and omissions, so that if one of their reps does something inappropriate, shall we say, likely they'll stand behind you and not the rep and help you get your money back or reimburse you out of their own pocket. Meanwhile, there's Shawn Good, a former Morgan Stanley advisor. He was just sentenced to 7 years in prison for conducting a $7 million Ponzi scheme out of Wilmington, North Carolina. He was also ordered to repay the investors he stole from. At least 12 victims, total of $7.2 million. I don't know if he's going to be able to repay the money in restitution. He used the cash he stole to buy a house in North Carolina, a condo in Florida, a Mercedes, a Porsche, a Tesla, an Alfa Romeo, and a Lexus. He also paid for trips to Italy and France and other locations. And how about Chris Carpenter? Do you know that name? You do if you're a baseball fan. He was a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, later the Cincinnati Reds. The Chris Carpenter I'm talking about is not the Chris Carpenter who played for the Toronto Blue Jays and the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, go figure. There are 2 Chris Carpenters, both of them professional baseball players, 2 different people. Only one of them became a crook. The Chris Carpenter I'm talking about, after he left baseball, became a financial advisor. He's now been barred by FINRA for refusing to produce information requested for an investigation. The moral of the story there, I imagine, is don't hire a financial advisor merely because they used to be famous in a different career, as an athlete or an actor or recording artist or what have you. Evaluate them for their own experience and skills doing what you're hiring them to do, as opposed to something that they used to do. And finally, Dave Ramsey. Ever listen to his radio show? For years, he has told his listeners how to get out of timeshares. And now 17 of those listeners have filed a $150 million lawsuit against Dave Ramsey. They say they've lost millions of dollars because they hired a company that Dave Ramsey promoted on his show, where he said that this company would help them get rid of their timeshares. The lawsuit says that Dave Ramsey was paid $30 million over 6 years to endorse a company called Timeshare Exit Team. That company allegedly collected $200 million in fees, including $70 million from Dave Ramsey listeners. That company is no longer in business. It reportedly settled with the state of Washington for more than $2.5 million over allegedly deceptive business practices. This new lawsuit against Dave Ramsey says that he engaged in negligent misrepresentation, unjust enrichment, and violation of consumer protection laws by promoting the timeshare company, which promised a 100% money-back guarantee. Dave Ramsey allegedly once said on his show that he promoted the company because it was, quote, doing the right thing and getting people out of timeshares, unquote. The lawsuit says that Dave Ramsey used deceptive, incomplete, and false information that he knew or should have known was false. This is not the first time Dave Ramsey has been sued. A former employee says she was fired for being pregnant and unmarried, according to NBC. Another former employee has reportedly filed a lawsuit for discrimination. So the lesson there is, maybe you should listen to this podcast instead of that one. Hey, let me change subjects. Bitcoin's been around since 2009, and we don't have a Bitcoin ETF. At least not yet. But there are now 9 new applications in front of the SEC. And the rumor is any day now, the SEC may very well approve one or more of these Bitcoin ETF applications. What does this mean for you as a financial advisor? What does it mean for you as an investor? You need to read my new white paper. It's free. You can read it online or download it. What you need to know about spot Bitcoin ETFs. It's a quick, easy read, and it'll help you understand what this is, why it matters, and why you need to understand what's going on. Download it today. Just go to dacfp.com, DACFP.com. The link is in your show notes. See you tomorrow.
Buzz around artificial intelligence is seemingly everywhere. Is your portfolio keeping up? Consider the Global X Artificial Intelligence and Technology ETF, ticker AIQ, which invests in dozens of stocks at the leading edge of this disruption. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Technology companies can be affected by rapid product obsolescence and intense industry competition. Before investing, carefully consider the fund's objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in the full or summary prospectus at globalxetfs.com. Read carefully. Distributed by SEI Investments Distribution Co.
The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman is sponsored by Charles Schwab. Schwab believes every investor deserves to work with a firm they can count on. That's why Schwab has 400 local branches with financial consultants ready to serve you, along with professional answers and 24/7 live help. And it's backed by Schwab's Satisfaction Guarantee. If you are not completely satisfied, Schwab will reimburse eligible fees related to your concern. Visit schwab.com/satisfaction to learn what's included and how it works. Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow.
Bringing clarity to a complex and changing world.
This is The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman.